The modern man goes to the gym, but he doesn't know what to do. He's never been taught by anyone. He gets in there and he's surrounded by thousands of machines, grunting men. The machines are all talking to him. The pussy fly machine, the exercise bike. He doesn't know which one to go for. He doesn't know what day he's training, what muscles he's supposed to be working out. Everything becomes too overwhelming. All the videos he's watched in the past start swirling around in his head. Should he just be doing calisthenics? Should he be focusing on isolation exercises, compounds? Athlete X pops up, then Alpha M. He doesn't know what he's doing. He has no focus. And so he gets scared and he leaves, tail between his legs. But the men of our tribe are different. We have optimized our gym routines for maximum gains and aesthetics. We know exactly what we need to do. We go in there and we head straight towards a certain machine because we have a plan. And as a result, we kill our exercises. Which one do you want to be, bro? If you can watch till the end, I'll tell you exactly step by step what to do to go to the gym. So it's going to be a long video. I'm going to use the chapters function at the bottom. And a few of the beginning chapters are going to be quite basic things. I'm basically making this video for someone who has never been to the gym before. So if you know a couple of the early ones, skip ahead to maybe chapter 3 or 4 and just go from there. But there should be value in here for everyone from beginner to intermediate. I've always struggled with gaining weight. And that is like a big overlooked category inside of the gym. Like you've got a lot of videos talking about losing weight, weight watching, but not enough that talk about how to actually go from skinny to big. And I mean, I'm not there yet. No one's ever really there with the gym. I still need to gain weight, but I've built a body that I'm proud of at the moment. And I just wanted to share with you how. I mean, going to the gym is one of the most important habits that you should start on your self-improvement journey. It's what I like to call a cornerstone habits. There are a few of them. Maybe meditation, NoFap are also cornerstone habits. But a cornerstone habit basically means a habit that holds the rest of it together. So going to the gym, just because you're going there, you're like working out, you're looking after your body, it'll make your diet better, you'll start to make better choices surrounding your health. It's just a kind of habit that builds other habits up around it. And then it's also really important just for your confidence, for that discipline. I mean, a lot of confidence is basically due to fear. So when you go outside and you're surrounded by other people, for a man, it's very important just to know whether you're safe. Like so much of confidence subconsciously, and we don't even understand this, comes from safety. So there's a lot of videos on the internet about how to become confident, and they all have these tips like fake it till you make it or whatever. But the one thing that will make you more confident, trust me, is going to the gym, purely because it'll make you feel safer. If you're a bigger guy, if you're more jacked, in a street fight, realistically, you are going to win against a scrawnier, skinnier guy. Because let's be real, no one's out there like fucking second dan black belt in karate or some shit. Like, do you know what I mean? So if you're big, you just feel safer because you feel like you could win a fight. That is such an important part of going to the gym, is confidence. And then another part of it is aesthetics. Like the thing is so many people think that it's shallow to want to build a body that attracts women. But really, it is a big part of confidence. And if you can start to build a body that you're proud of, one where you have like fucking abs and like developed pectoral muscles and big arms and shoulders, that kind of Dorito-like shape, and you attract more women, you will feel more confident for it. So there's a lot of benefits to going to the gym, but how exactly do you do it? Okay, so first you need to sign up for a gym. And this is basic again, so skip ahead in the video if you've already know how to do this, if you've already done this. But if you don't have a gym membership, and it's different in different countries, but go onto the internet, type in gyms near me. So there's a few things you need to look out for, and the first one is free weights. So the gym you go to needs to have access to free weights. Because a lot of the gyms, so the gym closest to me, for example, right, is like a 24-hour fitness gym. But what it offers mostly is classes, Pilates machines, things like that. So that isn't what you want. You need to find a gym that has free weights. Machines as well, they're fine. A few of the exercises will need machines. But machines and free weights are crucial. You want to be looking around the £30 a month price mark is what I'd say for like the UK. Because a lot more, there are more expensive gyms, but at that point, basically what you're spending money on is like a fucking squash court, like a tennis court, badminton, a sauna, shit like that. Stuff you don't really need for your journey. So don't spunk on like the fucking £100 gym membership. Yeah, it's not going to make you more consistent or anything. Just go for the £30 basic one. Free weights, weight machines, that's all you need. And then honestly, you'll have a lot of choices. So in the UK, there are a lot of different like gym chains. And basically you just want to look for the one that's closest to you. Like location is probably the most important thing with selecting a gym because it just makes you more consistent. Here's the thing, is like, if your gym is a 10-minute drive away, right? There are problems there. One day your car might break down. One day you'll, I don't know, be somewhere without your car. There's less consistency. There's less like ability to actually get there if something fucks up. So you want to be looking for a gym that is within about a 15 to 20 minute walk or cycle maybe. Because you don't want to be like giving yourself the opportunity to miss workouts basically. Like it's so good just to have a gym that is like a 5-minute walk from you that you can just roll out of bed, just go. On shit days where you don't feel like going, you can just go. like lowers that mental barrier to actually getting there. So look for location as your number one. And then the only other thing I'll say in regards to choosing a gym is look for one that doesn't have like a lock-in. So don't look for one that's a 12 months locked in contract, because often you'll pay like £2 a month less or some shit, but just don't do it. Go for the one that you can cancel at any point during the month, because if the gym is crap, if you end up going there and it's just shit, or like you get with a girl there and then you break up with her, or like fuck knows what, but if something goes wrong at the gym, you need the option to quit. Because if you're trapped into something and the gym starts to become a place where you hate going, you'll never want to go again, and now you're paying fucking like 6 months left on a contract for something you're not using anymore. So just trust me, get a gym that you can cancel anytime. Okay, so now it's your first day there, so what do you bring and what do you do? So a lot of gyms have induction days. So show up to your induction day, basically they're going to walk you around, they're going to show you like where the changing rooms are, where the different machines are, where all sorts of stuff is. You can ask a few questions there. You can ask them about how to use a couple of the different machines, but I should go through that in this video really. But yeah, so show up to that induction day. But yeah, don't worry man, it's all gonna look really scary. Like the guy in the beginning, it's all gonna start swirling. You're gonna be seeing all these fucking machines, like crazy stuff, bro. But trust me, you are only gonna use like 5% of the equipment in there. So don't worry about all the mental machines, the big bars, like the fucking monkey bars and all this shit. Ignore all that. So what you wanna bring with you, pretty simple. Bring a water bottle with you, bring like some light airy clothes, a pair of shorts, a tank top, and bring a hoodie if it's cold outside. Hoodies are also great for like your initial warm-up sets, just to get those like muscles warm. Also bring your phone with you for like timers, apps, and music. So we'll go over apps later on in the video. There are a couple that you need. But yeah, music is actually a really crucial one, because for a long time I would go to the gym without headphones. I wouldn't be listening to any music in there because I thought that was like the productive way to do it. Arnold Schwarzenegger wouldn't have listened to music. And I'd just be going in there like pretending to be dead, like into the thing, no music playing. But really, it doesn't really work, because gyms are actually quite distracting places. Like if you don't have your tunes in, what's going to happen is you're going to be listening to the crap that they're playing on the speakers, and gym music is notoriously bad. So they'll be playing like Katy Perry Raw, like some Taylor Swift shit. It's just not good. It's so distracting. They've got like the news playing, a football match over here, like a Friends rerun from season 3 is on. Like they're distracting places. Just get some headphones, put them in, play some deep bassy music and just lock in properly. So the workout plan I'd recommend for complete beginners is PPL, so push, pull, legs. And it's just really easy for beginners because it doesn't split things up too much. It splits it into like movements rather than specific areas. And one big thing of that is it means you can, at the beginning, go to the gym less. So you can do 3 workouts a week and do the push, pull, legs rotation without having to go 6 times to work out on your fucking like triceps and chest, then back and biceps, then a core day, then a fucking like rear delts day. All this weird shit. Like you don't need to split it up as much. Push, pull, legs is the best way for beginners to get into the gym. I mean, it's a simple split. So it's 3 days a week minimum, so you can get the full push, pull, legs in, but like 5 or 6 days a week is optimum with a couple of days of rest. You need rest days in there. So say your first day is Monday, right? You'd want to go in on maybe Monday and Tuesday, take a rest day on Wednesday, then go in again Thursday, Friday, rest on Saturday, and go in on Sunday. That's what your basic gym like routine for the week wants to look like. And then obviously the workouts rotate between push, pull, legs each day. So like Monday push, Tuesday pull, Wednesday legs, etc. I mean, Wednesday was a rest day, but Thursday legs, you know what I mean? So it rotates between those 3 things. So what are they? Those 3 are pretty self-explanatory. Basically, push is motions where you're pushing. So you're pushing down, you're pushing forwards, you're pushing upwards, whatever. Pull day, again, is you're pulling things, like you're picking stuff up off the ground. And legs day, most self-explanatory, is everything from the waist down, bro. Like, it's really basic. So what are those 3 days? Just before we start, these workouts are going to focus on compound movements. So they're movements that incorporate a lot more muscles into each like exercise, rather than just doing little isolation exercises for each bit. Because a lot of people overcomplicate the gym. Like they'll go in on a leg day and they'll do like a fucking leg press, then a squat, then like a hamstring curl, then rear deadlifts, then Romanian deadlifts, then like calf raises. You're doing too much, bro. Like you can split that down into compound exercise that you focus on, where you can push real heavy weight, where you can actually feel good about yourself rather than isolating tiny muscles. Isolation is great, but that comes later. That comes once you've built the foundation through compound exercises. So don't worry about the isolation movements, just focus on your compounds. So each day is going to be like that. It's going to start off with 1 or 2 compound exercises and then move to a couple of isolation movements. And we're also going to be using like a 5x5 system. So that means 5 reps and 5 sets. Now a rep is how many repetitions you do, and a set is how many times you do those repetitions. So 5x5 means you do 5 exercises and you do that 5 times with a 3-minute rest in between. Just use a 3-minute rest as your baseline here. For the isolation ones, maybe go down. Generally, the rule is the bigger the muscles you're working, the longer rest you want to use. So for a squat, 3 minutes. If you're doing bicep curls, though, maybe 1.5 minutes. So a push day, the first day at the gym, and it's a fun one. So what this one focuses on is basically chest, shoulders, and triceps. So that was like fucking Macarena over there. But anyway, the compound movements of this one are the bench press and the overhead press. So again, they're like really fun, good ones to get into. So the bench press, basically, it works your chest and your triceps. So what you want to do is you want to lie back flat on the bench. And I'm going to give like basic pointers for each exercise, but honestly for each one, as you progress further along, go and find like proper explanatory videos on how to like exactly do each one. But you're lying down on the bench. You have to draw your shoulder blades back in and kind of arch your back. So there's a gap in between you and the bench. You're kind of like a banana. And then you just take it off the weight and push down and up. That's it. And this might be a good time to mention how to find the right weight. So I won't be able to tell you like specifically what to use for bench press the first time you go, but do a couple warm-ups on the bar, just trying to get the feel of it. And then add weights as you go. Like the first couple of weeks are going to be like that. It's going to be a lot of like experimentation. You're going to be trying to figure out what weights to push. You're not going to make much progress. That comes later on once you actually realize what weights you're actually trying to do. So just for your first few times, each set, try and put on a bit more weight just until you get to that level where you know what you're doing. So that was 5 by 5 on the bench press. Now you want to go to the overhead press. You want to go to one of the squat racks. So they're the kind of big square shaped or rectangular shaped racks in the gym. And put the bar to a level where it's kind of at your chest, so nipple level. And then you want to hold the bar shoulder width apart, take it off the rack, pull it back, and then push up. Make sure you're tensing your core so your back doesn't like flex out and break. And then just push it up and down. That is your basic overhead press. You want to do that again 5 by 5. Again, the weights here are lower than you think. So maybe even the bar will be quite heavy for you at the beginning, but put on some of the tiny weights. You might look like a pussy, but just allow it, bro. Don't ego lift, yeah? Put on the little weights and just try it and increase your weight slowly. Next are the isolation exercises for push day. So the first one is going to be the incline bench press. So again, get onto one of the benches that raise and raise it up to about a 45-degree angle so that you're lying kind of upright, and then take 2 dumbbells. And don't go as high as you did on bench press. Bring it down lower. So maybe for your first one, just try the 10 kgs. I don't know, I can't tell you exactly what to lift, but 10 kgs, 7.5s, whatever. Bring them down here and then push them forward and inwards so the dumbbells touch at the top, and then bring them down again. So on the isolation exercises, we're going to be doing 3 sets of 12 reps instead. So do that. 3 sets of 12 reps. That's why the weight's a bit lower as well. It's more for like hypertrophy and building size. Next one is a superset. So that's when you do 2 exercises together outside of a rest. So you're going to be doing tricep extensions and lateral raises. So tricep extensions use the cable machine. So go to the cable, and there's going to be like a thing attached to the cable, and it'll either be at the bottom or the top or somewhere. And there'll be something to pull it out, and you kind of pull it, and you want to basically put it on the highest up bit of the cable. And attached to it, the rope thing. So there's a couple of like different extensions that all go on with carabiner clips. And one of them is a rope with 2 balls on the end. It looks like it's a massive testicles. So whack that on there, hold each ball, and basically just keep your like shoulders pinned in, your elbows pinned into you, and extend your shoulders out, your triceps out, and then pull them back up again. You want to do that 12 times again. And then after that, before you take a rest, pick up 2 dumbbells that you've got there. Again, go light here, 5 kg to start maybe. Hold them at kind of like a right angle with your arms and just lift up and go down. So that's working your shoulders here. So that's it for the push day. Now you're going to move on to your pull day. So your pull day, basically it works your back. It's like a big back day, and the back is so important for you. And like so many people ignore the back, but it is crucial for your posture. It is crucial for just pulling everything up and making it look kind of good. Also, these muscles here, your lats, they're good for like that breadth, that kind of triangle shape that you're trying to create. Don't ignore your back. And the compound movement for this one is the deadlift. So again, you're going to be doing 5 by 5 on this. And don't be afraid of this exercise, because there's a big thing that says like deadlifts are scary, don't do them, don't risk injury doing deadlifts. But if you're lifting low weights, you're not going to injure yourself doing a deadlift, man. Like just put the weight low to begin with. Literally, bro, put 5s on the side just to get the form right at the beginning. And you want to kind of crouch down, legs shoulder width apart, both facing forward, hold the bar, and the aim is just to stand up. But make sure you keep your back straight. That's the only thing you've got to think about, is just make sure your core is tensed and your back is straight. So go and watch some proper videos on how to do a deadlift, but that's what you want to be doing, 5 by 5 on deadlifts. Then we move straight onto isolation for pull day. So you're going to be doing the lateral pull down at first. So it kind of looks like a pull-up bar, but it's attached to the cable. So there'll be a machine where you sit down and there'll be a bar over your like knees. And you put that bar down so it's pressed down, so you're kind of like pushing up against it. And then grab the bar up there and just pull it down, kind of lean back, pull it down into your chest so it's hitting you about here. Go like kind of lowish weight on this just to get like the feel for it. And again, you're doing 3 by 12 on this one. That again is working your back muscles, kind of your upper back, your delts up here. And your lats, obviously it's got a lateral raise. But yeah, just do that. Make sure you're lifting like a good amount of weight on there. And next you want to go onto the cable rows. So again, they'll be on the same kind of machine cluster, but it'll be a sat down one, which looks like a rowing machine. So if you look at like the calisthenic, not cardiovascular rowing machines, and you're gonna like pull it. So there'll be it kind of looks like a V-shaped grip that you want to put on it. And you grab it with both of your hands and then you lean forwards and then you pull back like you're rowing, pull it back to here, go forwards and back. It's literally a row. Like, I feel so stupid doing all these exercises in my living room. But yeah, cable rows 3 by 12. Then the next isolation is a face pull. Again, it's working that same area. So you want to take the rope like extension again, the one that we use for tricep extensions. Put the thingy, like the thing that's got the cable attached, put it up to your face height. Grab the ropes like that and pull them towards your face. That's a really easy, like, not like that, but like that. So you're gonna try and like pull it towards your face so that the middle of the rope is kind of hitting your eye level. And do that 3 by 12 as well. And then finally, the one you've all been waiting for is bicep curls. We're gonna build those guns, my boys. So you get the dumbbells, you pick them up and you just do that. Like, you've seen that one before, you know what it's like. Go light on it at first, maybe 7.5s, 5s. I don't know how weak you are at the beginning, but lift those weights like that. And just focus on going slow. That's a big thing with a lot of these movements actually, is don't like rip the weights up and down like this. You want to be moving slowly. It's like, there's a thing, it's called lift it, don't shift it, which I quite like. Basically, make sure your muscles are doing the movement. You're not like, don't be swinging the fucking dumbbells up and down like this to try and lift them. If you're doing that, there's no point in doing the workout, bro, because you're working out like your fucking side muscles. You're trying to work out your bicep here. So make sure you're isolating that the whole way through. Then leg day, the big one, the best one. You'll learn to love it, my boys. You've seen all the memes like, oh, fuck leg day, he skips leg day. You will not skip leg day. Leg day is so good. You will learn to love leg day so much. It's the one that you can push the most weight. You can lift the heaviest shit. You can incorporate so much of your body. Like, exercises on leg day are like basically doing everything, like all the way down. They are so important. They're just so good for you. And you feel that testosterone, that masculinity flowing through you so much. Because they're such big muscles that you're working out, the pump is insane and you feel so great after doing it. You will love it. It's also the simplest day in terms of like exercises. You're only doing 3 here. So basically the muscles you're working out on this day are the quad, the hamstring, the calf, and the glute. They are such important muscles. Trust me, work out on all of them. Don't be like, oh, I'm not working on my glutes, I don't want a big back. You're like, shut up, bro. Like, grow up. Just trust me. Work them all out. They're quite simple. So there's 2 compounds here, is your squat and your Romanian deadlift. And then it's kind of a compound as well, but it's a farmer's carry we're going to incorporate at the end. So squats, you're going to do 5 by 5 on this again. You want the bar at about chest level again. You go underneath it. Make sure you kind of, it's weird. So you want to be pulling your shoulders up. Just imagine that. Pull your shoulders up and then back. So when you have that kind of cushion of muscle on the back of you, that is where the barbell is going to be resting. If you don't do that, it'll be resting on bones and it's going to hurt like a motherfucker. So yeah. Shoulders up and back and let the barbell rest on that. Then hold it at that level and squat down. Try and get your knees like to the point where they're not going in front of your toes and squat down to a point of like parallel where you're sat at a right angle basically and then push back up. The squat you can push heavy weight. So start off low obviously, but you can go heavy on this because it's easy to fail. So something we've not really talked about with these exercises, but each of them have a certain way to fail at them. So if you're like on the bench press and you can't lift it anymore, you tip it to the side or like whatever. On a squat, it's easy because you just fall forward. You'll have these safety bars that come out of the like the squat rack. And when you're squatting down low, if you can't lift it up higher, you just fall forwards. It doesn't hurt at all, bro, trust me. And yeah, it just gets rid of it. So the squat, you can push heavy weight safely. Then the next one is the Romanian deadlift. And this is working out your hamstrings and your glutes. And it's quite like complex on form, but you'll get it after a while. It's quite similar to the other deadlifts, but you're not bending your knees on this. You're hinging at the waist, at your hips. So you put the bar on the ground, the same barbell, the same kind of stature, legs shoulder width apart, hands on the bar. And then you stand up with it fully. And then bend your knees slightly so that they're not like completely taut and then they'll fucking snap the other way. But bend your knees very slightly and then just hinge up and down at your waist, I feel so stupid, but putting the bar like on the floor and picking it up again. Again, do this one 5 by 5. And then what I like to do after this is the farmer's carry. So for this one, Grab 2 dumbbells. So the idea is go for a quarter of your body weight. So say you weigh like 60 kg, this is going to test my maths. Grab a 15 kg dumbbell in each hand. And then you just want to do laps of the gym. Walk as far as you can. And what this does is, Google this one, right? Because you know how like it always flashes up when you Google an exercise, it shows you which areas of like your body it hits. Google the farmer's carry. It literally hits almost every muscle. It's going to hit your core, your back, the whole way up your back, your biceps, your triceps, your forearms, your quadriceps, your like glutes, your like calves, everything. This exercise hits literally everything. So do it, incorporate this into your routine. Pick up the dumbbells and just walk. Do laps around the gym. And each time you want to go there, you're not increasing the weight really, you're trying to increase the distance that you go. And it is a good one, like it's so good for that testosterone, for that pump, for that feeling of masculinity. Like you're working out your entire nervous system, just fucking strutting around the gym with your weights. Like it is a really good one, trust me. And then finally on this day, you want to be working out your calves. So do a calf raise, it's really easy. Take 2 dumbbells and just go up and down on your tiptoes. It's one of the easiest exercises to explain. You can go quite heavy with it. Maybe try the 15s that you were using for the farmer's carry or go higher. But basically just go up and down onto your tiptoes. You can also use the leg press machine. So put the weight on and then so you'll have a big pad on the leg press and put your feet so just your like toes are on at the end and then just flex your feet up and down like that. You're doing that one 3 by 15. Okay, so that's literally it. You just do those workouts every time the day comes up and then repeat it however many times you want to in a week. Well, you can only do 2. But make sure you're trying to get at least 1 or 2 rest days in like we spoke about before. So either do a PPL, rest, PPL, or do PP, rest, LP, rest, PL, something like that. But yeah, make sure you get 2 rest days in a week. So next we're going to talk about a key concept in the gym, and that is progressive overload. It is the thing that actually builds the muscle. So like we said before, the first few weeks of the gym are going to be kind of trial and error. You're going to be finding your weights that like you're going to be using for your compound exercises. And again, I can't really recommend any specific weights to people because I don't know your body. I don't know how strong you naturally are. And so it is different for everyone. But you want to be finding that weight and keep increasing until you get there. But basically the recommendation is, so you're doing 5 reps per set, right? You want the first 3 to 4 reps to be kind of doable, sort of easy. And then the last one to be kind of a struggle. The last 2 to be like 2 or 1 to be a struggle. Make sure you're keeping good form though. Like form is one to look out for because if you can lift the weight but not with the right form, then there's not much point doing it. It's like the bicep curl, like example we spoke about. If you're lifting the bicep curl but you're using your whole body to swing it up like that, then you're not really doing the exercise. So the caveat for that is make sure you're doing the right weight while maintaining proper form. And then track your weights is the second part of progressive overload. So either get a book like this, fuck me, and go proper old school, or download an app. So the app I use, and it's not a sponsorship, I don't get sponsored, I wish I did, is called Heavy, H-E-V-Y. You can download it completely for free on Android or Apple. And it basically tracks your weights, it's exactly that. Every time you go in, you'll write down what exercises you're doing. So write down the plan for the day that I've just told you. And then just write down the 5 by 5. You write down what weights you've done for each one. And then the next week when you go there, you can open up the app again, load up the exercise, and it'll tell you what you did last time so that you can improve it. You can put on an extra like 2.5 pounds or whatever. And you can keep going each week. There's also like a little notes feature on each exercise, so you can write, say you felt like that was quite easy. Next time you can write a note, you can say, go up by 5 pounds next time or whatever. And then the next is supplements, and this is quite easy, but a lot of people overcomplicate it. Basically, you just want to be taking like 2 or 3 actually maybe, is creatine, taurine, and protein powder. I mean, protein powder is not really a supplement, it's more of a dietary thing. But just take it. Creatine is really good. It's super cheap as well. It does a lot for your metabolic functions, for like pumping water through your muscles. But basically it makes them like look bigger. It kind of swells them up a bit. It's just good for you generally though. So take creatine for sure. If I was to say take any of them, it would be creatine, like even over protein powder. Really, protein powder is a weird one because you want it to be more of like, well, like a supplement. You kind of want to be using it supplementally to a diet. So you should be trying to get all your protein in through your diet. So that the general like recommendation for protein is 1 gram per pound of weight. So say you weigh 120 pounds, you want to get 120 grams of protein in a day to be creating muscle. But try and get that in through diet. And it's not really that hard. Like eat like a few eggs, like a chicken breast, like a fucking can of sardines, and you're almost there. Just make sure you're getting it through that. And if at the end of the day you're at 100 and you need 20 grams more, then take a protein shake. You don't want to be like focusing. Basically what I'm saying is you don't want to be taking like 6 protein shakes a day to get your protein level. Because it's not really the same thing. It's not a balanced diet. and it can kind of fuck you up. Like a lot of the proteins, like whey powder and like the plant-based proteins, they're not really good for you. They cause different problems. Like whey protein causes acne, and plant-based protein, it gives me like mouth ulcers and shit. Like, so don't rely on protein powder is what I'm saying. And then the last one is taurine. It's like an anti-inflammatory. You'll see it in a lot of energy drinks and stuff, but you can buy the supplement directly. It's just good for you. It's good for anti-inflammation. It's good for like muscle recovery, muscle growth, testosterone production, increased like energy and shit like that. So it's just generally a good one to be taking if you go into the gym. And also, going to make a full video on taurine, by the way, it increases your lifespan, bro. Go look that up. It's like a proper scientific study. It increases lifespan by about 20%. Then the last one is just consistency. It's about the mindset you need to have. If you're going to the gym and you want to build a good body, you need to be disciplined and you need to go there for 3 years, basically. So it's consistency. You're not going to get like the fucking body you want within 6 months. You just have to know that, accept it, and realize that you need to be consistent and stay consistent for the next 2 to 3 years. Basically just remember why you began, honestly. I mean, I've never found it that hard to stay consistent at the gym, just because for me, like I said, it's such a cornerstone habit. It feels so good that I feel like shit when I don't go. So it's more of like, why would I not go if it feels so good kind of thing. And once you go there for long enough, you start to feel that as well. It's not really a hard thing to do anymore. It's actually harder not to go in a weird way, if that makes sense. So just keep going. Remember what your purpose is. Remember why you're being there. If it's to get more healthy, if it's to like look more attractive, it's to feel more confident, just whatever it is. Remember your purpose. And then stick to one routine. Don't flip-flap, because that's another thing a lot of beginners do, is they'll go onto one video and they'll do that routine for 2 weeks and then they'll get bored and then they'll go on to like the nerd, like what them weird ones that they're like the fucking Thor workout, the Hulk workout. You know what I mean, but just stop flip-flapping in between different workouts. Stick to one workout consistently the whole way through. The workout I've told you here, PPL with a 5x5 split, just do that for the first 6 months at the gym and you will see results from it. If you flip-flap, you don't really get the results because you're working different muscles, doing different exercises. You never give your body the chance to actually grow, to actually develop on one exercise at a time. So anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. Leave a like and a comment. You'll find those right below the subscribe button. And join the Discord. It's full of young men just like yourself who are trying to grow themselves, who are on this self-improvement journey. Come onto there, it's completely free, by the way, and talk to me and the other guys about your self-improvement journey, about any struggles that you're having. Just, yeah, come and have a chit chat. Also, recently I've started doing free calls. So go back into the description, there's going to be an application form there, fill in your like preferred date and time, and book yourself in for a free one-to-one, fully confidential call with me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Manifest excellence. Goodbye.